Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks podcast. I am Frank Sullivan, and with me is my co-host Frank Darling. Frank, how are you today?
Very good, very good. Back from the UK.
Jolly old, is that what it's called?
Jolly old UK, Great Britain there.
Great Britain.
Yes.
You had a good trip.
Yeah, 9 days, 12 days, whatever it was. Yeah, we had a good time. Great weather. Yep, different world over there. Different world.
I know. Yeah. I would like to go do that once. I want to go. We definitely talked about it. We would like to go to like Ireland, Italy.
Yes, I agree totally with you.
Even Amsterdam seems kind of cool too.
Yeah, I hear about that all the time. Yeah. We might go to Italy next year, me and Linda. That might be our trip for next year. We got to see.
Yeah.
But it would probably just be Italy. I think that's all we'd go. Maybe a little France. Throw it in.
Yeah, it's cool because, like I said, all the countries are so close.
They are. Yeah.
You don't realize it, but it's just it's a. I mean, it's a lot to travel and money wise and.
Yeah, we went on the Eurostar there. It's a 2-hour trip on the train to France. Yeah, it's underwater too.
That's right. Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Well, I think the first 15 miles are underwater. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. You don't even know it. You don't even notice. And before you know it, you're there. It goes by fast. Yeah. Beautiful train though. Gorgeous.
I can imagine. It's not like taking Metro
No.
North to the city. What a garbage train. That's like the worst part of going to New York City is that train ride. It doesn't coming home at night. It's
nice because this one don't stop. This is this train goes one shot.
Yeah.
You're there. Yeah.
My buddy Ben, he plays in a band every now and then, and they play a lot of their gigs in Manhattan.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But again, they don't go on until like 10 o'clock at night. They play an hour, and then you got to like literally run to the train and catch that train, or else you're just screwed.
You're dead.
And you get it at like midnight, and then 2-hour train ride. Then you get another. It's more than 2 hours, like probably 2.5, and then you got another wherever it's another 20 minutes ride home. So you're walking in the door at 3.
I know
it's ridiculous, but it's better than driving, right?
That's for sure. I know,
but,
definitely.
Anyways, we're doing for all the fans out there. We're doing, I guess, a month of horror movies to keep up with.
Yeah, sounds
the
good.
theme of October. What are some, before we go into the movie? What are some of your favorite? Do you like horror movies? Or are you a fan? Or you love
I love horror movies. Yeah, I love horror movies. I probably don't watch them as much today, but I've seen all the other ones. I mean, a billion times. I love all the Halloweens. I love all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I love all the Jason ones. I love all those kind of movies. I love The Exorcist. I've seen 1, 2, and 3 of The Exorcist.
Really?
The Shining. One where the girl is in the
well. The ring.
The well. Yeah, whatever those are. I've seen both of those.
What do you think your top like 3? If you can.
One we're gonna be watching. H2O.
H2O.
Halloween. I love all of them, but I like that one. That's the one where there's a scene in there where he's up in the rafter and he pulls down and he comes down.
Really?
It's a cool scene. I love it. Yeah, H2O. Yeah.
Halloween H2O. What do you think?
I like Freddy vs.
I'm gonna post this on our social. Kind of like I'll show everyone sees like our top. So you like Freddy vs. Jason's always
Freddy vs. Jason.
A good one. Yeah.
I like that one. That's where they bring them both together. I was hoping they would do that a long time ago. I mean, I can't really tell you Friday the 13th. There's too many of them. I mean, I can't even remember them all. So but the Freddy vs. Jason is probably my favorite. And the Nightmares, same thing. There's a lot of good ones. I've seen them all.
Yeah.
I can't tell you which one's the best though. It's
really
hard. I can't think of that off the top of my head.
I was gonna say, give me like one more that you absolutely need to watch.
Oh boy, that's it.
You could tell me.
One of the scariest ones. Well, we didn't even put this one in. These are 2 scary ones when I was young, and I think your wife picked it, or you did. One of you, or you were going to pick it. The Shining.
Yeah.
Remember that came out a long time ago. I was pretty young back then, and the Poltergeist was one of the most scariest movies I ever saw. I was in my cellar in Orange in my mom's house. I forgot how old I was. I wasn't that young, but watching it at night in the dark by myself. Yeah. That was a scary flick, man. That's scary.
It's sad to say because like the way horror movies that genre has gone, a lot of it's jump scares. right? It's kind of like
exactly.
And those movies like The Shining, like just revolutionized. Like even like one of my favorites, and I know your wife, my aunt there doesn't like this one either. Is It?
Oh, it is too. Yeah.
It's
unbelievable.
The first It is so good because it's not very jump scare.
No, it's not. No.
And a lot of it is very subtle.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it scary and creepy.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know, it really is.
You appreciate it. It's hard to appreciate. Like I think I showed. I forget. I had like we did for Halloween one night. We did like a movie watching. I think we watched that movie or The Shining. I can't remember what it was. But you don't really appreciate it. It's just because it's just the way everything's go. You know who's actually did a really good job is the guy Jordan Peele as a director.
Yeah. I've heard of his name. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing like some of the reboots for what's the one? Oh God, Tower of Terror. What's the Twilight Zone?
Oh, Twilight Zone. Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, and a lot of that stuff. I mean, I say horror, but it's very creepy. I guess
it is. That like very creepy. Yeah.
That genre.
But what was the main thing? Here's the main thing you forgot about what you said all those three movies meant. Having them. Shining, It, what was the other one? There's three of them. Shining, It, and something else. And I don't know what it was, but they all have little kids in them.
Yeah.
They all have little children in them. Big difference in them.
Poltergeist? Poltergeist know what too.
All little kids. And that's what makes it different, scary. You know, you see the kid look into the gutter. It's creepy. When they're teenagers, you're kind of like, you know what you're going to get in those movies. You get naked chicks and stuff. And guys. And somebody's going to get killed. But with kids, I think it puts it to another realm. That's my opinion. Yeah. I think it puts it to another realm. I really do. I think it makes it a lot scarier. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to. It is definitely it's definitely up on there. And Scream. Scream's another one of my favorite ones.
And I love. I forgot about this one. I don't know if you ever saw any of them. Hellraiser. Love it.
No,
I've seen the Pinhead guys.
Yeah, it's fun. HBO Max has a good selection.
You'd enjoy those. Those are really another creepy kind of. They're not kids, but those are creepy kind of movies. There's some weird stuff in those. Yeah. We could go on and on. There's so many.
Oh, I know.
Let's don't forget the major horror shows too. Let's not throw them out the window.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Wolfman.
They have a lot of those on
Dracula
on HBO Max. And I was telling Casey, I was like, we should do that one year because she loves all the horror movies. So I was like,
that would be good.
We should watch a lot of the old original. Even what about Nosferatu?
Yeah. Nosferatu.
That movie's
the original vampire.
100 years old or however when the hell it came out. I watched that in high school. We had a film class.
Did you really?
In high school, yeah. That was the first time. It was creepy.
Was that the black and white one?
Yeah.
Was it? It was a black and white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his creepy, man. That's a creepy looking person. But yeah.
Yeah, those are some of mine.
I like this, man. We could go on and on. There's so many of them.
You really could. And
I mean, you could throw aliens and predators in there. You could throw those in if you wanted to. I mean, to some extent, it's not really. That's more of a sci-fi, but
even when I thought of it too was like it doesn't get classified as a horror, but even you think of like Jaws.
Oh yeah.
When Jaws came back, I'm like, I mean, Jaws kept people out of the water for.
Yep.
Still does to this day probably.
Then there's the movies, The House 1, 2, 3. I think Army of Darkness. There's so many other ones. Like I said, you can go on and on and on. It's endless what we can do. Horror is amazing.
I definitely like more. If I had to pick, I definitely like more like the slasher.
Yeah, me too.
Type films.
Then you got all the Saws too.
The Saws, yeah. One other one I do like is Paranormal Activity. Have you seen those?
Yeah, it's Paranormal. I've seen one. I've seen the first one.
So the first three are, and there's another one where they made a few more, but the first three are very, very good, and get to the point where I've seen it numerous times, and I still watch it now, and it still scares like I have to watch something afterwards. It's scary.
I saw the first one, and I agree with you totally.
Yeah. The second one has this scene, and I won't give too much away because you should watch them. The second one has this scene where one of the girls, the main character, gets dragged down the stairwell and into the basement.
Okay.
And it just the way it's done, it's it makes that noise. It's so creepy and scary.
That sounds good.
But anyways, we'll get into our movie we did, Scream.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Scream is the movie that we picked. One of the 4 we're gonna do. It
was 5, I should say. Yep.
Well, one of the 5. Yeah.
Yep.
It was released December 20th, 5 days before Christmas, 1996. It was 1 hour and 51 minutes long. Now the box office info for opening weekend was 6.3 mil. Gross, remember too, that's 96.
Yeah.
Gross was 103 million worldwide. It had only a budget of $14 million.
Yeah.
It's directed by Wes Craven, which also did Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy vs. Jason, The Hills Have Eyes. You can go on and on with him. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Starring Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, Courtney Cox as Gale Weathers, David Arquette as Deputy Dewey, Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis, Drew Barrymore as Casey Becker, and Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher. I think that's his last name. Macher. It's Macher. The simple synopsis: a year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl is terrorized by a mass killer who targets her and her friends by using scary movies as part of a deadly game. Awards. I added a few. I didn't add them. I just mixed them a little bit here.
Yeah, I noticed. Go ahead. They had a bunch of didn't win any big time awards, but it won a lot of MTV. Academy
of Science Fiction, Fantasy and Horror for Best Writer and Best Horror Film and Best Actress, Neve Campbell.
Yep.
All won Saturn Awards. That's got to be some kind of a.
Yeah.
I would say it has to be some kind of that kind of award.
Mm-hmm.
MTV Best Movie Award and IHG Best Movie, also movies for that kind of genre. So
yeah.
And we both watched it on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
And that's about it. I mean, we'll get more into all the stuff in there we did.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. There's a real lot here. So we'll get through it. And there's more of the actors we'll get into.
Yeah.
But now the best part. It's Frank's 5 fun facts. Let's see what you got, Frank. You should have something interesting here.
Oh, I got absolutely. So as you said before, the film was released in December, 5 days before Christmas.
Right.
Which I mean, when you read the thing, it sounds like it says the studio did this because during the holiday season, family-friendly movies are usually released, and the studio wanted to give the horror audience something to see during a time where there's no horror movies out. Which, when you think about that, sounds like a great idea.
It does. It does. Yep.
It opened up at number 4 with 6.4 million, which led the studio to believe the film had flopped. However, the film's good word of mouth that led to the success at the box office. With every week, it went up, and it stayed at the same place in the box office, but at the end, ended up making over 100 million in the box office worldwide.
That's pretty good.
I was going to say. But yeah, no, it's it would have been interesting to see what actually came out that year around that time. Now thinking about it, what was it about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did mention a couple.
Yeah.
I think Martian Chronicles.
Really?
Mars Attacks. I'm sorry, Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
And something else. The other one wasn't too bad of a movie, so.
Really?
But I think it did really well myself. So.
Yeah. All right. So fact number 2: the film was sent to the MPAA, which if anyone knows, it's the Motion Picture Association.
Right.
Over 9 times for reconsideration, as they were going to slap the movie with an NC-17 rating. With each film, which each time they told Wes Craven to make more cuts. And cut out some of the heavier gore shots. Like somebody, Bob Weinstein. I'm not sure. I was going to look him up. I don't think that's what's his face Weinstein, the one that's
no. I don't think
no,
it is.
It's someone else. eventually had to step in and to secure the R rating that it got. I guess what he ended up telling them was they told them to view the film as a comedy rather than a horror film, and I guess that was what eventually got it overturned to an R rating.
Yeah, that's fair enough though. With that movie, it really is. There is some comedy to it. I mean, there's not just.
I mean, I'll say it right now. There's a lot of hilarious moments in that movie. Me and Casey quote this movie a lot. And it's funny, it's interesting because as gory as it was, I mean, he must have cut out a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
which it'd be interesting to get like the original copy and see.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, how much he cuts the guy open and yeah, I know. I agree totally with you. Yeah.
So I don't know if you noticed it too. There's a lot of hidden nods and gems for a lot of things. So one thing is Wes Craven, around 52 minutes, is Fred the janitor. Did you catch that?
I caught that one. I didn't know that was Wes Craven at the time, but yeah.
But you caught the
shirt.
He's wearing the red and green striped sweater.
That's so good.
Let's see here. Then those were actually the actual clothes from Nightmare on Elm Street. So it wasn't
they were? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Another scene at the school. You can see Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
I thought that was one of the announcers, but I said, it could have been no. They ain't her there.
I didn't catch it. Casey caught it.
Yeah.
And then this is another one at the school. When Henry Winkler opens up the closet, did you notice that? He's got the Fonzie jacket hanging.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a few other ones in there too, but
I think that makes that always makes it better. The movie. I'm sorry. There's little things like that.
Well, and you see, that's the funny thing about the movies is like it helps when you watch them again too, because you miss a lot.
Sure you do.
And if you're not, it's why you gotta look into backgrounds and see. There's a lot of stuff. I just watching the movie the other day. He comes across Ghostface as like I don't even remember seeing that.
Oh, I know, and it's weird too. Neve Campbell said she didn't notice any of this stuff when she was doing it.
No, of course not.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
That was good.
So my fact number 4. So this is a little bit about the actual Ghostface mask itself.
Yeah, sure.
The Ghostface mask was developed for novelty stores during the Halloween season of 91 and 92 by Fun World employee Bridget Slayton as part of the series titled Fantastic Faces. The mask itself is known as the Peanut-Eyed Ghost. Which was, I guess that's what they called it. But one of the producers, Marianne, discovered it while inside a house during location scouting for the film. Let's see here. Fun World licensed the mask, and they changed the name to just a Ghostface. One of the producers felt it looked like a ghost in pain.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
Ghost in pain.
How he came up with the name Ghostface.
I guess they were saying it was supposedly it was called Father Death. I don't know if you read that in there.
No.
One of those things. Yeah, it was called Father Death. That's what it was supposed to be. But they come up with the other name and it stuck, so it makes sense. So.
I saw another thing that they said they wanted. I guess the suit or the costume was supposed to be white, but it represented like they didn't want to mess up. But they want to tie it in with the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I saw. I didn't read every one of them, but I seen that. Yeah. And did you realize it's the best-selling costume of all time?
I know that for a fact because I know I wore it.
Did you wear it?
I wore it for years and years. That was always like the go-to for like if I couldn't figure out because you always had it in the closet and like if you couldn't figure out what you wear, you just grab the Scream mask. Or several years they came up with the ones with the blood in it. You ever see those?
Oh, okay.
You squirt the little thing and it would drip the blood down in. I think they had like glow in the dark ones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. The boys never did that for Halloween.
Well, I'm sure they did. I think Jonathan
remember, huh?
might have. Yeah, I don't remember.
It was a long time ago, huh?
You're telling me.
Yeah.
That is a long time ago. You son of a gun. You're one of them people. Watch it.
Yeah. And for my last fact, the party scene near the end of the film runs 42 minutes.
Isn't that something?
It was. I know. It was shot over the course of 21 days from the time the sun set till it rose. After it wrapped, the crew had T-shirts made that read "I survived scene 118," which is what they named it during the film. I guess the cast and crew jokingly called it the longest night in horror. So
that's pretty good, man. That's pretty impressive when you think about it.
When you think about it, I mean, there's not that many, and I think, and we'll get more into it, but the budget was $14 million or whatever.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of scenes to it, really. I mean,
no, there really wasn't.
So, like, really location-wise, there was only a few locations. That you have Sydney's house,
right,
the police, the church, the school.
Yeah, you had the bathroom scene, and you had the scene with Henry Winkler in there.
Yeah.
And they're getting killed.
There's not a lot of locations, really. So location-wise, it wasn't a lot. And even too, a lot of those actors and actresses are, I don't want to say weren't no named at the time, but
no,
they weren't. Right?
No,
I don't think.
Maybe
a few, maybe.
The only one that was really established is You're Gonna Die, but it's true. She's only here for 5 minutes though. Was the first 5 scenes? Yeah, she had already done E.T.
Yep.
Firestarter, Cat's Eye, and Boys on the Side. She already did all 4 of those. And those were all classic, to some extent, what do you call it, movies for a child. Yeah. So she was already. I'm sure they paid her a pretty penny to be in that first.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if you realize too. She had bare feet the whole time. She doesn't like shoes.
She
never has.
I did see that, and as far as Courtney Cox and because Friends was on, I know it was on early, but. When did that come out?
I think it just had started, I think. If you look at...
That's when she really hit her, let's be honest.
I think it just started, Courtney Cox.
Friends started... so Friends started in 94, so it probably wasn't that... But I was reading something where she wanted to play... she wanted to get away from that wholesome character in Friends and kind of play like the bitch, you know?
Yeah, she does a good job, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's great.
And Neve Campbell too. I mean, you know, she hates. I'm sure you read that there too. She can't stand horror movies, but she's in every one, right? Yeah, she's in every.
Yeah, one. I believe so. Yeah.
So I guess I guess the money's good. So.
I know.
And we know you're listening, right?
We loved you to Wild Things. Was that before or after? What do you think? Was that before or after this?
Oh, I don't know. Well, they did 5 of these pretty quick. It might be after. I'm not positive. Yeah, I don't know.
Wild Things was after.
After. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because she was all those kids were over 17. I think I read something where. Most of them were in their 20s, the mid-20s.
Right. I guess if you read there, I'm sure there's so many things to read on this. But Molly Ringwald, I guess, was asked to play that part.
Yep.
And she said she's 27. I don't want to play a high schooler. That's what she said, so whatever.
I saw, you see who else? Joaquin Phoenix turned down the role of Billy
Loomis. He would have been good in that part, I think. Reese Witherspoon, she turned it
down. Freddie Prinze auditioned for Stu.
Yeah, for Stu. And let's talk about him, man. He was my favorite character.
Stu?
Matthew Lillard. Yes. As Stu. He played that part to a T, man.
Yeah.
He was the comedy relief in the show. I loved him.
Well, him and Jamie Kennedy too.
Jamie Kennedy.
he had the whole thing predict from the beginning.
He did. And how about if you hadn't seen it? How many ideas they showed you? Who might it be? Remember when they were in the bathroom scene? That's a good bathroom. And the guy has the shoes on.
Yeah.
Has like Jason. See, I thought that was like a Jason thing there. The Jason, the pants with the shoes. And then they show you the sheriff. He's wearing them. So now you think it's him now. Then you think it's the father. It's coming from the father's cell phone. I just like the way they did it. If you never watched it before, you wouldn't know who it was. You really wouldn't. It's tricky.
No, it definitely kind of comes out of, and again, he says it too. The prime suspect is always the boyfriend.
It is.
And then she ends up asking him, in the final scene, she's like, "Hey, who did you call when you were in the police when you know what I mean, when he was locked up?"
Yeah, I remember that scene. That was good.
But here's the other thing too. Now thinking about it now is he'd have to have a little voice changer box.
Yes.
So it couldn't have been. He couldn't have called her at there.
No. And I'm sure you read that too. Roger Jackson, whoever he may be.
Yep. We know he's
did
listening
all the phone.
now.
Yeah, we know he did all the phone calls and nobody ever met him. I like that. Wes Craven did that on purpose.
Yeah,
so nobody would know who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty wild, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's such an iconic. When he goes, "What's your favorite scary movie?"
Oh my god!
Like how it's just that's got to be on like one of those lists of like an AFI top.
Yes.
Line. It has to be.
Yes, right. I agree totally.
Let me see here. I got a lot of it.
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
I don't know if this is happening now because like if you were to make this movie nowadays, I was like, first of all, nobody answers their cell phone anymore. No one answers really half their phone anymore.
They don't.
They end up texting, which I'm sure I think they've made horror movies that start out with like text.
Yeah, that would make it awful boring. I'll tell you that one. I'm sure they'd still do it, but I don't know.
When she's calling 911 on her computer, what was that? Was that like just like an operating? Like, do you remember if that was anything like?
I don't remember that at all. Honestly, I didn't think you could do that on your computer. I never did that. Never in my life. Well,
because she calls 911 almost like an instant message.
I know. I don't know what that was. I really don't. Unless it was some program she had on there. That's something I can figure. I'm not saying you can't do it. I just didn't. I just
thought it was interesting. It may have been something they made up.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, maybe they thought the future. Well, I guess. I don't even know how. No, you couldn't even do that now. I don't think. I don't know. Who knows? Somewhere you could probably do it. I don't know how to do it.
I know you can do it on your phone. If you like, I know because I have an iPhone. If you like triple click.
Okay.
1, 2. If you click it a few times,
right,
it has a thing where it comes up. You can do emergency call.
Got it. Emergency call.
So it's kind of like a quick response. But
right, I get what you're saying.
Let me see here. Because we're talking about the past and like the present. I mean, Blockbuster. That's basically where they're working at. There's that kind of.
That's awesome, man. That was a good scene. I like that. That
was a cool scene.
Yeah, but even him. Remember you just said about Jamie Kennedy. You even said, but even him. Now you start thinking if you didn't see like I said, you didn't know who did it. You start thinking maybe he's the guy. That's what I mean. That's why I like the way they did it. I thought it was very well done that way. They had like 5, 6, 7 people could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you leave her liver in the mailbox? He says.
How about that girl that got caught in the?
I'm calling bullshit on that scene. I don't know if that would that be able to. Even if she was.
You mean
small,
to lift it? You mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it would have lifted it.
But then even too, I'm thinking, and this is a garage door from 1996.
Well, the bottom's got a safe. Well, the bottom's got a safety. I mean,
that little laser, but she goes through which I've never. She goes
through the top.
She goes through like a little doggy door in the garage, which I've never ever seen ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of and it took about 25 minutes before anybody knew she was dead.
I know. She's just hanging there. Everybody had a giant house. It looked like because I was looking at the filming location.
They're all rich.
They filmed in like in California, so it looked like they were all just in the sticks, middle of nowhere, giant houses.
I guess somebody said their parents had passed away or something, and they didn't want nothing to do with the house, so they rented it out to the.
Really?
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with the house. I'm just saying they rented it out to them. They said, "Hey, you can rent do the movie." Yeah, do the movie. But it was in California, like you said. Hey, Skeet was good. Skeet Ulrich as Billy Loomis. He played a good part.
He was very good.
Had all the blood on him. That was fake.
Yeah, he played a good Psycho.
Oh my God, he played a real good Psycho. Let's don't forget David Arquette too. Plays a good part in the movie. Plays the.
Yeah, David Arquette and Rose McGowan, both from we just watched them in.
Yes.
Ready to Rumble.
Yes, very good. And David Arquette, don't forget, that's where he met her. He met Courtney Cox there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how they met on scene. They met when they were doing the movie.
I was laughing at some of the scenes because one of the scenes when Rose McGowan gets killed, you could just see her like her nipples. I was like, what do you think they rubbed? Do you think they rubbed ice cubes on her and just told her not to wear a bra or whatever?
Did you see that part? I noticed it.
Of course I
did.
Another thing with now with technology, I got ADT, I got Ring doorbell.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I got my garage. I hooked up my garage door. It's got to my phone now. So every time it opens, I got the whole house wired.
Nobody's coming in with a
no one's coming. Yeah, without me knowing.
Oh Jesus! I guess they used 50 gallons of blood in that movie.
I did see that too. Did you say? Would you say the costume was called? It was Father Death, right?
Yeah, Father Death. Yeah, that was the original
in the
name
movie.
Of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they changed.
I had to look at. I had to pause it too because it said it right on the thing.
Just noticed it on the thing there. I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
But hey, did you notice too? Two of the scenes in the movie were very similar to Nightmare on Elm Street. Remember when he climbs into the window in the beginning of the movie?
I honestly don't remember Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, but in the movie when what's his name?
Billy.
And that's the first 5 minutes of after Drew Barrymore. Johnny Depp does the same thing in the Nightmare on Elm Street. Same way. Gotcha. The same window.
I could have seen. A lot of things, he could have easily played that role too. Billy Loomis's. I could see him pop right in that spot too. Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. I agree totally with you. You're right. Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
I tell you, that first scene was pretty brutal. It's got to be the worst part of the movie, with Drew Barrymore and the boyfriend. How their guts were hanging out, and she got hanging by the tree.
They hung her. They showed it pretty far away, so to make it like not too much. You're right though. I'd love to see the uncut scenes of this. I'm sure there is one. Somewhere.
And it's funny too because Casey knows when they showed us on TV, they cut a lot of that out.
Did they?
So,
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't watch it, but we just from previous times.
Yeah. Now Jamie Kennedy. Is Jamie Kennedy now? I think he does stand up comedy, doesn't he now?
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw him performing.
I haven't really seen him in too many movies lately.
No, he really. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, not him. Yeah, but he does a lot of the what do you call it now?
Stand up.
Like I said, stand up comedy. Guess who does Scooby Doo?
Oh yeah, that's Matthew Lillard, right?
Lillard. He's done like every one they've had, every movie, every.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
you can see it though. He sounds just like him.
Yeah, he's got that weird voice.
Yeah, he does Scooby Doo.
I'm trying to think. I was like nothing like getting a nice Jiffy Pop on popcorn, huh? Nothing like good fresh popcorn.
Oh, I used to have those, man.
I'll still buy them every now and then as kind of like a goof. I'll just like sneak it in the carriage.
They still sell them?
Yeah, they still sell them. Yeah,
they do. Really? I thought something like that would be illegal. Not if it would blow up on you.
No, but it's one of those things you have to watch it, and because if you let it sit, it burn. It like you got to legit.
Burn. Yeah, you got to legit fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I guess there was one scene where Henry Winkler looks in the mirror, and he sees himself. He fixes his hair like in the Fonz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's pretty cool. I was glad to see him in it. That's pretty cool. That was after Happy Days.
After a little bit after, right?
A little bit after Happy Days. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Reese Witherspoon, I guess, turned down.
Yeah.
Prescott, yeah.
Reese Witherspoon, he said. Yeah, I'm thinking of what
she turned down Sidney
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's the
girl?
She's in the second one. She's in the second one.
Yeah, Michelle Gellar. Or whatever her name is. Gellar?
Sarah Michelle
Gellar, yeah. She's in the second one. We're watching it now.
Yeah. Yeah. So how far did you get in the second one?
She's dead.
She's dead, yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah, they killed her. They threw her off the porch.
Yeah.
at the one of the the college places, the dorms. Yeah. See you later. She didn't last long. Hey, how about Sabretooth's in there? Liev Schreiber's in the second one.
Yes.
Liev Schreiber from X-Men.
Yeah, he's in the first one too. He doesn't have a big scene.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets
he's the guy that got framed.
Yeah. I like him. He's a good actor, man.
He is.
Now, I asked you this too. Did you ever see that series? Donovan?
Donovan. We started it. Ray Donovan. We started it. We couldn't get into it.
Couldn't get into it, huh? No. I never saw it.
We hear good things about it. Just
it was like anything else. I mean, some of them you have to. You got to give them a little bit of a chance. That's the only thing. Sometimes some of them just aren't what you want to really watch. So.
Let's talk about they say Scream Queens, right? Girls of Horror. She's got to be. Neve Campbell's got to be in the top as far as Scream Queens go. Like maybe Jamie Lee Curtis is probably
number one. Is Jamie Lee?
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's got to be like the
Terror Train. I can go on and on with her. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on the TV there. Remember, they're watching her.
Yeah.
Halloween. They're watching
her.
Yeah.
She's got to be one or she got to be in Is there any other women? Because she's great in Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell. I'm trying to think of any other movies though. That's the problem with.
The only thing I can think of too is, which another very good slasher one is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh that's right.
She's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. But I still wouldn't put her in that category of badass chick.
How many did they do of those? Do you remember?
Oh, I Know You Did Last Summer?
Is it
I know there's at least 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, she's on one of the shows we watch now, 911. She's a 911 operator.
Really?
But I remember she's older now. Yeah, she's older.
Oh yeah,
But I remember in that she was awesome in that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they run the guy over, remember?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I think there's only 2 of them, but I mean that was a pretty big that came out 97.
When did that come out? Oh, it did?
A year later.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, probably the success of that movie. I mean, probably,
What was it? 97, right?
97. Then I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. 98.
Yeah, I was 36.
Right after. Yeah.
I saw them all. Yeah, but I'm 36.
You were 36, wow. Huh?
Yeah. Wow. Old. Okay.
But it was funny because I'm like, in her first encounter with him, with Ghostface, whatever you want, she's calling him on his bluff. She's like not afraid,
I know.
You know what I mean? And she puts in some licks on him too.
Well, did you like the way they filmed it? I did, because I think that's the comedy part of it. These aren't professional killers. We got to remember that.
No, the teenagers.
Professional killer, you would have been dead.
Oh yeah,
easily. They fell over the couch. He got hit with the beer bottle in the But that's why you got to make. I think that's why they made it that way. They got to make it realistic. I thought it was very realistic that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we never talked about the two guys. They worked good as a team the whole time when you didn't even realize they were the killers. Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard that played the 2 parts there.
Yeah,
I call them an excellent dynamic duo.
Yeah, they changed the costumes quick, and they were like.
I know.
I mean, when you really think about it, they got away with it for a long time.
They did.
That I want to say a long time, but nobody.
And they had a perfect plan in the end there, Frank.
Oh yeah,
they really did.
But again, they were psychopaths. And that's one of my other favorite things. He'll quote too is he goes, "I'm feeling a little woozy here."
I think you cut me too many times.
Yeah, he's like, you cut me too deep, man.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy, man. That was so well done.
And let's face it, Your mother's no Sharon Stone. There's another good one quote.
Oh, I know.
That's good.
Yeah, she was.
Where were Steve's parents? That's what I want to know. I wrote that down. No, there seems to be no parents in the whole movie. Steve's parents were MIA.
I know. Nobody has any parents.
No one had any parents. The only one, it was it Rose McGowan had the mother, which in that scene, you know where she's staying over her friend's place?
Oh yes, right, yeah.
Dewey's mom. Did you know that did you recognize that mother from anything?
No.
She played the mother in Gremlins.
Oh yes, okay, I know who you mean now, yeah. She played the mother in Gremlins. I didn't know which one. There wasn't, like I said, there wasn't much in there for mothers. So
no,
I said to Linda, I said, that's the mother from Gremlins. Yeah.
But again, I've seen that movie. I've seen this movie numerous times. It's the first time I caught that.
No, I never noticed it. Well, maybe I wasn't looking, but I never noticed that before. No.
Yeah.
That Gremlins. We forgot about that one. That's a little scary too.
We watch that around Christmas time because it's
it's
one of those ones. It's one of those things. That's like what's the other one with Jack Skellington, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've never saw that.
Really?
How is it? Pretty good. It's a little weird, right?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's up there as it's one of everyone's favorite, movies as far as like Halloween movies. You can watch it as a Christmas movie as well. It's up there as people love the movie. But it's definitely one to watch. I also noticed too, like Steve only had a father because the mother, went MIA.
Right.
Because Sydney's mother was banging everybody in town, apparently.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it.
Well, yeah, remember he tells the story to her in the end there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why my mother left, so I like that. I like the way they did that. Didn't have to do that. I mean,
no.
Was good.
So you don't remember the second one?
No,
or you've never seen it?
Well, no, I guess I have. I'm watching it right now.
Okay.
You're talking it's 26 years ago, man.
I know.
I can't remember it.
You know what it is? It's like we watch these movies every year.
Oh, okay.
We watch these movies every year. This is like one of the staple movies we watch.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna keep track, and any other horror movies you watch, you let me know. We'll discuss. Keep a note.
Well, like H2O, I've seen that like 3 times, so I know what that's about. But I mean, I haven't seen that in about 2 years probably. But I mean, like I said.
I think you'll find too if you rewatch some of these older ones, they're gonna be kind of rough to watch. I think because
they do at times.
But yeah, I got what you're saying. Let me see here. Randy predicts. Oh, I kind of wondered why they killed the principal. It seemed kind of little out of
That didn't make any sense to me.
Their MO. It seemed like they were going after the teenagers.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Unless the I could figure is I know it didn't say it in the trivia or nothing. Unless Henry Winkler, he always plays the good. He plays the good. Maybe he wanted to get killed in it. We don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people said maybe it says I'll do it, but I want to get killed in it.
Yeah.
You never know. These guys always have different reasons for doing different things. I mean, a lot of people like to die in the end of their movies. A lot of people don't. So, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's something I can figure. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, they told Henry Winkler, the Fonz, you're going to come on and you're going to get stabbed in the chest 15 times. I mean, I don't know. He said, okay, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
And they killed the poor camera guy.
Oh, yeah, the poor camera guy. He was just, wrong time, wrong place.
I know. He got smashed. He got killed. The only thing I didn't like, this is horrible. The only thing I don't like about these movies, though, like when I was a kid, they don't show enough.
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, hoping for
no
a little more
They
skin.
used to do that all the time, man.
Yeah.
Especially the Freddy ones and the Jason
ones.
Yeah. They've got away from that. They don't show them much anymore. I think back then those people were nobodies. Those people like in Freddy and stuff and Jason, those movies, they were nobodies. And they really never became anybody.
Yeah.
So they used to, that's what they did. No, seriously.
Do whatever.
They would take their shirt off or whatever. They didn't care to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
But today, those people at all, Nev Campbell and that whole group, they had already done stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah, they were
kind of take their clothes off.
Somewhat established because, like, it's funny because even when they had the sex scene, again, they don't.
No.
Nothing. And it was cool how they looped it in with when he's watching the Halloween.
I love
showing that. I thought that was an interesting scene.
I'm not saying you needed it. I'm just saying it's changed a lot. It's when I was a kid. That's what you counted on was to see that.
I still count it now. Part of the reason why I watch some of these shitty horror movies.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a given, especially the slasher ones. A bunch of teenagers camping in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Naked. Jumping in the water.
We didn't even talk about any of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres too. About those, because those got the nudity too.
Those are messed up, man. Those are messed up. I've seen them all too.
Yeah.
Those are excellent.
There's a game on Xbox. It's basically Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's a free game, and you get to pick whether you want to be either like the freaks part of the family or like the strangers, and you got to survive. It's cool. I haven't got a chance to play too much of it, but it's different.
It's on Steam too, but don't forget Steam has everything now. They have your games, you got our games, whatever.
Yeah.
But I seen it on Steam the other day. It's funny you said that because it just came on. They showed it.
It's interesting because you can hide in like all over the house. There's different spots. You got to creep around.
Yep. I saw that. That's funny you said that because I just went on the Steam. I hadn't been on there in a while. But I was looking at the new games and I see a Texas Chainsaw Massacre on there.
Yeah.
Well, we covered most of the characters. Most of it. I think we carried every character, actually, even the extra ones here and there.
Talk about almost every scene. I'm trying to think if there's anything I really.
I tried to.
Your favorite scene? I mean, you talked about. What's your favorite scene? Is what?
I don't know. I don't know. The ending was real good. The ending was a.
Yeah.
Ending was all the things that happened in that 10-minute moment there with everybody. I didn't know what was going to happen. I know if the cops are going to come through the door.
She shoots him dead in the head, and just didn't even flinch.
Didn't even flinch. I know.
Didn't even flinch, man. I don't really think there's any scenes I really don't like.
No, I thought it was good. Like I said, I thought Henry Winkler, that was a waste, but whatever. That's part of the show, I guess.
I think he was. He's funny. He's funny. Funny in it.
He put the mask on for a minute. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's another one that tried to make you think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. When he's grilling those two kids.
Yeah.
He's how about I put this slash you or something.
Well, they're just making you. Wes Craven's making you think. We don't know what the killer
could be anybody. Yeah, I think the key is Wes Craven. I think he doesn't, he knows.
Wes Craven is
rest
phenomenal.
in peace.
Yeah,
but I think he hit it out of the park.
He's a class act of the horror thing. Without him, I don't even know if you'd have half of these movies. He was phenomenal. I mean, don't forget, when I say Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy vs. Jason, The Hills Have Eyes, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. He did so many other things in parts of those other ones. It's amazing what he's done. It really is. I can go on and on. I'm sure if I dig into what he's made a lot more than that. That was impressive. That was like I said, that was very well done. That movie. Like I said, a lot of fun in it. A lot of good characters.
It's funny. It's funny and it's got horror. I mean, you would think too, like for the rating that it was trying to get an R rating. Like you would have thought it was all. You would have thought it would have been more sex, more skin, and it was all gore. It was all gore.
I agree with you. I agree totally. And like you said, who knows how much they cut out?
Oh, I know.
But I think that's why Barrymore was in it at the beginning. I think that was just she was hot, and I think
absolutely.
I don't mean that way. She was a hot actress at the time, and I think they put her in there because they wanted people say, Drew Barrymore's in there. Oh, she was in this. We just watched all those. So
and it's funny too because she's on the cover of. She was on the cover of the box when you went and got the DVD. She's smack dab on the cover, but she's only in it for what? 5 minutes?
10 minutes.
Maybe?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's my and now you just built up Neve Campbell now. Now she's your girl to push on and to be in the other one. So smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Smart directed and producing or whatever they all do. They're very well done. I thought. I was really impressed. Yeah. Thanks for picking up one.
Like I said, it's a good one.
I hadn't seen it, and
we watch it every year, and we're probably going to watch the second and the third one.
Yep.
Let's go through the ratings. So IMDb gave it a 7.4.
You start it. See what we got. I want to see what you say because this is what I wanted to see when you did it. A 7.4, which is a low score. Sorry.
You're right. I think it is too. I'm going to go high. Because, again, we don't have any. This is our first horror film. Like I said, this is one of those ones. Like I said, like when I do it associated with Christmas. I don't care for Halloween, but that's more Casey's holiday. I kind of just whatever.
Maria, Linda's same way. Not a big Halloween person.
But this movie is one of those movies that I need to watch it around Halloween.
I get it. I understand. No, I understand. Definitely.
If I don't, I think I'll be disappointed. And I don't think this is like. I don't want to go too high, but I'm gonna go. Everyone's great in it. I'm gonna go 9. I go 9.5. I think it's my.
Wow.
I think it's my favorite. It's my favorite horror movie. It's one of the ones like when we talk about discussing like watching Halloween movies.
Yeah.
It was the one that I immediately thought.
I got it. No, I understand.
Like, Scream. I threw that other one in there because I wanted to do kind of like change. I was like, I'm trying to figure out like another movie that I wanted to pick, and I thought Ghostbusters was. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm gonna say it's not one of my favorites, but it's again it's one of those other movies it's up there on the list. I think it'd be a good movie to watch, and it also, with all the horror stuff, it's a little lighthearted.
It is, and there are some fun in that. Also, another very similar.
The movie is funny. The movie, the time. It's not a long movie. The actors, actresses. I guess the only thing I'm knocking them is that it showed a little more skin.
Yeah.
Because it's a good-looking cast. Everybody.
It is.
They're all good-looking people.
But at the time, though, they were.
You're right. They were established.
They were coming up. Yeah, but look how far they. See, that's just what I look at. Look at how far they've come since then. You look at all those names. They became very successful people. So guess what? Mm-hmm. They did it right. They're the right people in there. Like I said, you watch the Freddy's and stuff. Most of the people that were in those movies don't even act anymore. They were just,
I know.
But the characters made those movies, Jason and Freddy. That's why, you're not going to put Jason and Freddy with these people. It's not going to work.
No.
But you gave it a what, 9.5?
Yeah, 9.5.
I'll tell you, 7.4 is a joke. Number one, I can't even believe they put that number on there, but whatever. That's the super people.
I wonder. I'm gonna check on Letterboxd because I did rate it on that. I wonder what it. I know I did give it a rating. It'd just be interesting to see it because out of 5, they gave it. Let's see. They gave it a 4 stars. The average out of 4 stars out of 5. So when you do the math, what's that like?
That's like an 8.
An 8.
An 8, 8.5.
8.5. So, like I said, I mean, I think it rightly deserves.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
Well, yeah, I'm going to give it. Oh, definitely not going 7.4. We're definitely not going 8. I'm going to go about. I'll go about an 8.8 for this. Almost a 9. 8.8 is good because you got to remember, I do have a lot of other movies that I would put over this because I've seen more than you. That's the only reason.
You're right. Absolutely.
That's definitely, it. Yeah. You got to understand, it's two different things here. There's 2 different age groups. I've probably seen 50 other movies you haven't seen that I thought were not better, but I'm just saying. But I thought 8.8 is a very good score for this movie. So
yes, very good. Yeah. And I think too, another reason why I'm scoring it so high is again, this was. I mean, I was young when this movie came out, but that nostalgic feel to it. I no lie. I had to wear this costume like multiple years.
I didn't know that either.
It was one of those staples things. We always had the mask in the closet, and you just wear it. Half the time you didn't even have to wear it with the full getup. You just put that mask on.
You don't have it no more, do you?
No. Nice, huh?
I'm going to get it for Christmas for you.
Sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me.
All right. Oh, you got to go watch your team play, don't you?
Yeah, I ain't gonna watch. I'm supposed to be honest. I'm going to bed in like half an hour.
Half an hour.
I put a few bets in because they had bonuses, and I was like, I may be lucky. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the guy is
playing well.
Jordan Love is playing pretty well.
I had Rodgers for four plays. That's okay.
And
he was devastated too. You can see. I felt bad for him.
I was kind of devastated for because the whole thing with it being 9/11, New York, that whole setup, the buildup of him coming out, and then for it to just end 4 plays later.
That's horrible.
Didn't even complete a pass.
No,
it's unbelievable. But
when I first seen it, I said, okay, he probably just got a high ankle.
It didn't look that bad, no. But no.
But no, that's it. But yeah, that was good, Frank. Good pick on that one. And so next week we'll do H2O. Is that we'll do?
I believe, is that what I got next? Let me double check.
I don't know how you have it listed.
Poll up. I am going to, like I said, I want to kind of like post a few things just because I want to kind of keep it. Since we're not doing a poll. So we'll do Halloween H2O next week.
All right.
And like I said, this movie will come out on like October 2nd or something.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. Sounds great, man. All right. Anything else?
That's it, Frank.
All right. That's it. That's the ball game.